don't know, I have spoken about this now on a couple of stages. There's always someone who doesn't know. My dad died during the making of this game. And it is very hard to talk about, because every time I talk about it, essentially I'm reliving trauma, right? Every time I mention his name, every time I think of his face, I'm reliving the idea that they are no longer there. And I wanted to speak about him so much because he is not just a part of this game, he is a part of everything for me. He's a part of the reason why I'm into Final Fantasy to begin with. I could have probably turned up and got Clive separately and not known anything about the series, but he's the reason I'm into it. He's the person that bought me a brand new copy of Final Fantasy IX for my birthday. He's the person that bought me the first copy of Final Fantasy VIII. He's the person that always said, "But I love that you love Final Fantasy because it's a video game that is more than a video game." And the stuff you hear in that game feels real because it is real. And I really want to thank everyone today, in the future, who comes up to me and shares their trauma, because it isn't easy. It really isn't easy to talk about. The willingness to share that is not nice, but it is so welcome. And I welcome it. And I want him to live on through this game. So, thank you for that, sorry.
My father passed when he was 49. I was not close to my father at all. My father was a very horrible man. Your father was very horrible. He would be. There's a lot of people who struggle now more than ever with mental health and loss. You should be very proud of what you've done. You don't ever say you're a clown. You're fantastic. You are such a deep human being. I've seen so many interviews with you recently and I'm just like, oh, that's not Ben. This is Ben. And what a stunning human being he is. This is, how many of you playing Final Fantasy? You love 8?
Yes.
Yes. Let's get to the good stuff.
Yes.
You love 8. How many of you grew up playing with a family member? Maybe a brother, sister, a parent? It's these binds, right?
Yeah. I've had so many people after they play the game come up to me and say, I called my brother for the first time in 15 years. Or I reconnected with a family member because I felt compelled just to reach out and call and say that I love you. And look, Final Fantasy 16 is not going to resonate with every single person. No game is going to do that unless it's Baldur's Gate 3.
I have not touched that yet.
Yeah, well, apparently it's going to resonate with you really well. But for the people that it does, these are games, whether you are playing 1 all the way through to 16, and I'm including Crystal Chronicles in there.
No.
There is a time before you play the game, and there is a time after. And whatever that is, you are a changed person. We are here because these games have changed us. And each one is its own memory. I remember time before 13 and after 13. Like, changed my life. Every single one, I was a different person. And the fact that this game has affected that kind of change in people, I'm cool with that. You don't have to like the side quests, but if you like that's what you can take away. That's all I care about. And thank you to everyone that has shared, will continue to share in the future. Thank you for allowing me to cry on stage. My therapist would be thrilled.
Bill Ben, £200.
She's been trying to get me to cry for a very long time. But it's not working. I feel very safe with you to share that. So thank you for allowing me to be open with you in that way.
Thank you. I've interviewed a lot of voice actors. Most of them are not gamers. You are a avid gamer, you like to play everything, you enjoy playing, you love 8, which I could bother with you for hours on. I love 8, it's my favourite. When I say favourite, it's probably not the best game in the series for sure. It has its issues, starts off in a garden, then you end up in space and time warp and some
Perfect game.
It's a drug trip.
Space garden warp time space continuum.
Yeah. It's unique.
Yeah, it is.
But that's quite unique for you to have that kind of aspect to you, because most just, it's a career, most of the voice actors, they don't play the games.
No.
And I wonder, and I've spoken to a few people at Square, and I've seen the way you interact with them. While I said I didn't enjoy the certain aspects of the launch event, technically it was, oh god, it's stunning.
Yeah.
Oh, if you've been in there, the lighting and the effects, and the evening was fantastic to just be able to relax. And I won't talk about my little mishap with Koji Fox, but
yes, you will. You'll do it now. What happened, I know.
I'm going to try and make this as family friendly as possible. So Ben had inadvertently ignored me all day. Come to LA, he said. And LA is the other side of North America for me, so it's just as far as coming here. But Ben was, oh god, this guy gives it all, and this is kind of what I'm talking about. Like, to him, this game resonates deeply with him, so he wanted to give everybody 5 minutes of his time, apart from me. So, anyway, he walked past. So anyway, I sent it, you sent me a message. I literally got into bed, and you were like, oh, sorry mate, if you want to come down and have a drink. So I go down and I'm picking Ben, and I think the first thing I said to you is, you ignorant fruit. And I think a couple of the influencers was like, who the hell is this talking to Ben like this? And then I sat down and said something about you performing something on me to make it up for. And then as I sit down, the person repeated what I said, and I was sat right across from Koji Fox. And I've never met Koji Fox before, and I don't know if I ever will again. But I left a mark. And the reason why I bring it up is you've had a very intimate relationship with the people that created this game. Yes, it was a passion project for you. And I think that from a few comments I've heard, they were probably a little bit worried that because you were such a gamer, that you might give it away, that you might end up being the firecracker and accidentally giving something.
Yeah.
But actually, I think Square massively underestimated what you would do for them and Nintendo. But do you think that Ben has had forget the buses and the signs and the ads, his Twitter has probably done more for the game than all those millions of dollars. So doing that production, coming into it, talk us about what was happening behind the scenes, because COVID had a big impact on that, right?
Yeah, so it was made very clear early on that I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy. But what does that mean? People say that they're fans of stuff, but how is that going to translate in practice? And any games company is right to be wary of a cocky little actor, right, who says they can do stuff. And so I was persistent. I said, I want to be involved. I took the head of PR out for drinks and I got him wasted. And I said, I am not kidding you. I got him wasted and I said, I want to do this. This is the reason what I can do for you. These are the people I know, this is how I can talk. And then they went, okay, fine, we'll give you one interview with Yoshi P. So there's an interview online where Koji, Yoshi P and I sitting down and talking about it, and I didn't fuck it up. Sorry for swearing.
Sorry, kids.
And I didn't screw it up. And then I said I can do it again. And then they put me in front of someone else, and I didn't screw it up. And I did it again, and I kept doing it again. And it's just like constantly proving that I'm not going to be a disaster, because I could just go and, suddenly start saying really inappropriate things about the game. I could reveal the game, but I didn't. And it's been honestly, guys, between you and I, it's exhausting. I love it. I adore it. I would do it every single hour of every single day if I could. But it does take a toll. But because I care so much about this game, about this community, about this opportunity that selfishly I've been given, who gets to play a Final Fantasy protagonist, I've just kind of run at it with both hands. And yeah, it's a mad experience. And I also went about it in a way that I really wanted to go about it, which is be nice. Just be nice to every single person. Not cynically, just give 5 minutes of your time for one single person. And it's just so much easier than walking around saying, do that, do this, I want this. Don't. People want to talk to you and they want to hang out with you. And also, the people who work at Square Enix are just nerds, man. Yeah, absolute nerds. And so it's been really nice getting to know them. They're really lovely. It's been really nice getting to know all the fans. It's been a whirlwind, and I don't think I'm done yet. So stay tuned to my unhinged social media accounts. Nonsense.
Can we, yesterday you mentioned about how they've been shipping this Ifrit around.
Yes.
And kind of some of that. Let's talk about how your clownisms have caused you a little bit of grief.
2 weeks ago, I went to something called PAX West. Are you familiar with PAX West? PAX West, we had a panel, and the panel was to essentially announce 2 DLCs coming soon.
You excited for the DLC?
Everyone loves paying more. And at PAX West, it is a big old thing. They filled up the convention center twice. And at the studio, we had a big Square Enix Ifrit statue. I think it's about, it's 19 feet or something. Or I don't know.
It's almost, I'd say it's 3/4 the height of the Hema.
Yeah, it's massive, and it lights up, and you can get a picture in front of it. They've taken it to Anime Expo, they've taken it to Kupocon.
Is it the launch?
Yeah, it's the one that was,
It's huge. I'd say if I had to estimate, width-wise, it's wider than this for sure. It's really
incredible. You can probably see pictures of it online. Yeah. And they had queues around the block to have photos in front of this thing. And they also invited cosplayers to come and cosplay in front of it. And so, firstly, shout out to all the 16 cosplayers today. They were incredible. So please give a round of applause for them.